Oh, no fucking cheese.
Hello and welcome to the final podcast, the last podcast you'll ever listen to.
Brews, booze, and horror movie reviews. Your final bros have survived.
We are here with Brian Hotboy LaGrasta.
You know. And we have Shane, domestic violence in human form, Smith.
Kill.
Mike, the cannibal gypsy himself, as always.
You know.
To my left is Maddie with the stick.
Here we go.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, baby. Christmas is just about here.
It is.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
There's a movie that we should review next Christmas called It's a Wonderful Knife.
Ooh, I like it.
It's a wonderful knife.
There is no shortage of Christmas movies for us to review. We still haven't reviewed Red Christmas, the abortion movie.
There's always next year. I feel like we already just filled 3 slots next year.
We did. It's what we do.
Just quickly filled 3 slots next year. And
we're doing Silent Night, Deadly Night 5 next year.
Lock it in, baby. Lock it in, because guess what we're doing today?
Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, the Brian Yuzna project.
Initiation film. It's Initiation, Silent Night, Deadly Night 4. Clint Howard's in it. So are 2 other people that are in it. I don't know their names, but I'll tell you when we get to the spooky pit.
Let's talk spontaneous combustion.
Let's talk combustion. Let's talk the biggest deviation from the series so far in a body horror film that completely renounces the slasher genre and takes a 180.
Yes. Are we supposed to believe that this is the Ricky from the first 2 movies or 3 movies?
I'm going to say no, but I'm going to say that it's a throwback to it. Like one small link, but there's no way this is the same Ricky.
What the hell?
Like, is there a way we can make this the same Ricky? Because when I last saw Ricky, he was having weird psychic visions being paired with a girl in a hospital.
His brain was also in a tube.
So how you get that to this, I don't think it's the same.
Is it crazy to think that is Bryce Dallas Howard's uncle?
Clint Howard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Is that a real
Seriously?
thing?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Shit.
Because his brother is director Ron Howard, whose daughter is
No
Bryce
fucking
Dallas.
way, really?
That I knew. I did
Wow.
not know that they were brothers, Clint Howard and Ron Howard.
Yeah, they're brothers.
Who would you consider more successful?
Okay, no joke though. Like, yeah, everyone would say Ron Howard because he's a multi-billion-dollar director. But Clint Howard has been in so many
He's been around.
Like, he, no joke, is still in movies. He was just in Terrifier 3.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't go away.
He's also in a ton of comedies too, and he's always funny in those. He's funny and creepy,
Yes.
and usually funny for being creepy.
Yes.
Definitely both in this movie.
I mean, he's in a lot of movies we've reviewed already. He was in House of the Dead. He was the
Salish.
Yeah, he's incredible. Like, he's
Isn't he
just
in,
always in shit.
Little Nicky? Wait,
Yes.
no.
He's in Waterboy.
Waterboy.
He's in the Waterboy. That guy that's like the homeless, like in the tent.
Yeah. Because he's also homeless in a tent
this film.
in this
Yep.
movie.
They typecast him. Like, I don't know. It's just weird to think that that's Bryce Dallas Howard's uncle.
It's weird. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Good fact by you, Shane.
Thank you.
Did you notice that Matt put a shirt on? See, I like when Matt pops off.
Do you want me to pop off?
Yeah.
So as Shane pops off, I'll explain that the final podcast is the podcast that will review
Beautiful.
a film from front to back, scene by scene, reviewing every little tasty treat and tasty piece of it, dates included with raisins, currants, and whatever the shit they eat that turns into hallucinogenic bugs in this film. And once we're followed up with the movie, we bring you a review 1 to 10. Each of us, 1 Seagal being a piece of shit, 10 Seagals being a absolute home run masterpiece, following it up with the best kill of the film. That is pretty much the rundown. Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, as I mentioned, the biggest deviation from the series too far, can be found on Tubi. Brian Yuzna, if you know him, I think a year before this, did Society, so he's pretty much versed in the body horror genre. So hearing that he'd be doing this, we knew it was going to be odd. It kind of reminds me of Society.
Yes.
Being that it always talks about like these weird like class struggles and fucking cults and them being one and the same apparently.
Fucking goo.
I also think he works with the same people that do Bride of Reanimator 2 and Society with this. So like I think he's got like people that he knows on these projects. It's just so strange because this is often draws from what I'm hearing comparisons to other holiday movies that are out of place, like Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, which is a movie that does not belong in that series whatsoever. And this also, I would agree, it has barely any ties to the first movie, if any, and barely any ties to Christmas itself. Besides a Christmas tree in the one scene when she goes to her boyfriend's parents, and then they ask her, and she's like, I'm Jewish. And then that's it. Christmas is now gone.
Yes, Christmas is over. Yeah, Brian Yuzna's directorial movies are very interesting. So his first ever movie was Society. Then the year after, you were correct, he did this. But in that same year, he also directed Bride of Reanimator.
Yeah, and I think he works with someone, a special effects person or someone on that crew that did both of these films.
So then he would go on to direct The Return of the Living Dead 2. Then he would go on to direct The Dentist, that movie we watched.
Yeah, that's right, with Corbin Burnson.
Yes. Then he would go on to direct Progeny, which I've never heard of. Then The Dentist 2, and then Beyond Reanimator.
Is that his last movie?
No, then he directed Rottweiler Beneath Still Waters and Amphibious Creature of the Deep in 2010 and then disappeared. Hasn't made a movie or done anything in movies since 2010. But he's alive, so I don't know if he just retired because he was born in 1949.
Probably retired. I don't like so he has like very interesting work. It's just that like I think that only he understands his work.
Yes.
This movie, although unique, I would argue really does not have any cohesion.
No, this movie is all over the place. I just need to bring this fact up because did you know he wrote the story to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Seriously?
I'm not even kidding.
That's nuts.
He wrote the story to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
No, I did not know that. I did not know that.
What are the sequels to that one?
Honey, I Blew Up the Kid and Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. Which Honey, I Shrunk Ourselves, I think I personally like more. But, you know. What's his name? That guy's in it. Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
He's really funny.
Shame he retired from acting to focus on his family. But
I mean, the guy got assaulted in New York City, so
he did, right?
Yeah.
So let's we have a lot of goo and shit to talk about in this, so I think it's
a lot
only
of goo,
fitting.
shit, bugs, and weird fucking cameos, like the dude that's in Phantasm and Rick Moranis on the right.
Wait, is that fucking Ricky? Or no, what's his name in Phantasm?
He plays the caretaker guy.
Oh, I thought it was fucking the guy who was like the sidekick in Phantasm. Ricky, I think his name is, right?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I'll tell you right now.
I can't think of his name.
Reggie.
Yeah. That's not him, though, right?
No, it is. It's Reggie.
Oh, that is Reggie. Awesome. All right. So with that said, let's jump into the spooky pit so we could talk bugs and goo.
Okay. Silent Night, Deadly Night 4 Initiation was released in 1990. A female reporter does what women do best and mix themselves up with witches. Christmas is barely mentioned. Directed by Brian Yuzna, stars Clint Howard, Neith Hunter, Tommy Hinckley, and Maud Adams. No fucking cheese, bitch.
What's the fucking turtleneck budget on
What's
this
the
movie?
fucking turtneck?
It's high. It's very high.
That dude is wearing a turtleneck of the whole movie.
It's great.
You said there's a sequel to this? I mean, a remake?
I thought Silent Night, Deadly Night, the original, had a remake. Maybe it doesn't.
Yes, it does. It's called Silent Night.
You did say that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Silent Night?
Yeah, they didn't put the Deadly Night part in.
No, if that's true, is that recent? Is that the one with Keira Knightley?
We're gonna find out. I could have sworn I remember seeing there was the remake, and Matt did confirm that there was. So, and I believe Matt.
There's a Silent Night movie with Keira Knightley. It looks awesome. Don't know if there's a relation to that. Probably not. It's probably another film.
Well, I'm looking it up right now.
There's also a Silent Night movie with Joel Kinnaman.
Films.
I don't think that's it either.
Oh no. Okay. So it's called Silent Night, and it came out in
2023, is it?
No, 2012. With Shara Kay, Phyllis Lang, and Richard It is just called Silent Night, Matt. You were right about that. It just came out in 2012.
I know this movie. Yeah.
That is a remake. Oh no, it's in the 6th installment. Oh yeah, it is a remake of Charles E. Sellers Jr.'s 1984 film Silent Night, Deadly Night. They just called it Silent Night.
Police Force.
The movie that I referenced before is a completely different movie called Silent Night.
But
that's why
you were technically right.
Yeah.
Because the remake is just called Silent
I
Night.
Seeing that, but I got the year wrong.
That happens. It happens. I want to punch you.
Oh, so we're gonna have to review this.
Oh yeah. So we got.
See, I would normally review that on Final Friday, but because it's part of this, we
have to. Yeah.
Podcast. Yeah.
We have rules here. We have fucking rules, dude. All right. So let's talk shop.
This movie's fucking gross, dude.
Yeah, let's get into it.
That's how I want to get into it. So this movie's gonna open up. Woman. Her name is Kim. Right?
Yeah, let's talk.
She's Kim.
Let's talk male chauvinistic behavior at the
I love
LAI.
his fit.
Because she's gonna be
Great drip.
She's smashing a dude. He wears leather, hot leather. Thinks he's Benanti.
So they're on like a new wave of sexual intercourse. Did you notice how like there's like no pet? They just roll around on the bed with each other.
No, but they're penetrated.
I'm pretty sure he's flaccid inside of her.
No.
Just rolling
I like to
around.
think. Okay.
No, it's a new wave. You don't understand.
Oh no, but I think he's rock solid in her.
Oh.
But instead of doing like one of those like kind of things, it just stays in, and they alligator roll on top of each other.
Whoa, pool party.
That's hot.
I think it's hot. Are we giving it a hot or no?
Can we passion bump it?
I'll passion
Bump that shit.
You fucking roll around forever.
Passion bump. Passion bump. Passion bump. My G.
All right. Okay. So I think the big piece of this film, the big piece is that some lady jumps off of a building, on fire.
Combustion.
Yeah, spontaneous combustion, some would say.
Now, in modern times, do they still like draw on the ground with chalk?
No.
When's the last time you saw fucking chalk?
You don't chalk body anymore?
I'm not talking about Sarah Chalk. I'm talking about actual chalk.
I've actually probably seen Chalk more recently than Sarah Chalk.
Whatever happened to her? Matt, look up Sarah Chalk.
And then look at whatever happened to Sarah Chalk.
And then do a nice like fact check on actual chalk.
When was chalk invented?
Also look up if they still chalk dead bodies.
And then be like, chalk or no?
Look at his fucking outfit. That turtleneck is crazy.
He has turtlenecks throughout this film.
What am I looking up about Sarah Chalk?
What,
So here,
what's the last thing she ever was in?
quote me if I'm wrong, right? If the women are not getting equal opportunity in the workplace, that's a shame.
Yes.
We can all agree on that.
Definitely.
Right? However, I, in watching this, got a different impression than everybody else that reviews this movie.
She doesn't
Because
deserve it.
she's worked there for like 2 fucking weeks or something. It was like she like barely has worked there and asking for additional stories.
All right, let me level with you real quick. You couldn't be more right.
Like, I'm like, and she's like, boys will be boys. So like, totally agree. If she's been there and being denied stories, unfair. Like, that's not right. You go over the guy's head, the boss, whatever. But if you gotta like earn your stripes in the reporter world, like I feel like
Right.
you just can't jump into stories.
Right. You have to like find a dangerous story, investigate it without permission, maybe get stabbed a little on the side, and then once you break that story, then you get the big stories.
Earn your stripes.
Yeah.
Which she kind of tries to do, which I respect.
What are they circling? What is that?
The strange incident of the person that jumped.
Oh, the combustion.
Because remember, she's giving her that information because she's in on it the whole time.
She's in on it the whole fucking time.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
We do spoilers here.
It's like one of those movies where like everybody's in on the call. Even in fucking Society, wasn't like the fucking
Everyone was
the
in on the
doctor
call.
was in
Yeah.
on it. Everybody was in on it.
See, did you clock that cunt right away that
Yes.
she was in on it?
Yes, it was so fucking obvious. And it wasn't that scene. It was a later on scene.
Yeah.
It's a like after she meets the woman at the bookstore, she says something that's like very like culty.
It's this whole like boys will be boys because they're like it's like a woman like spirit moon power kind of cult. That whole thing.
I don't trust any girl that's into the moon.
When you're into moon phases and the moon phases change your behaviors.
If like a girl came up to me and she's like, "My waxing gibbous completes your waning gibbous," I'm running the other way.
Yeah, I would literally never give that a second thought.
I'm getting on a train. I'm training it out of town.
Yeah. Like no one in this room would ever be caught just believing in moons. Am I right?
I mean, I believe in like, crest moon and half moon and full moon.
That's actually a government plot to take over the world. The moon is not real. The moon is a machine made by big pharma to implant fucking pharmaceuticals into our brains through moon rays.
Oh,
There we
moon
go.
rays.
So I recently bought InfoWars on the open market. So I'm like trying this new segment out called Moon Rays.
Like Shane Wars.
Yeah.
So the moon came up with the vaccine.
Oh no, the moon did both 9/11 and COVID.
Would you ever have bloody peanuts from a guy in the city streets?
So as soon as I saw this guy, bloody hand and bloody apron and all, and he's still eating fucking candy, I was like, this movie's going to be gross. And I was right.
By the way, did you think that guy would be in on it?
No, I didn't clock him.
he-
I should have,
He
though.
mentioned that, like, the incident occurred upstairs. He didn't know too much. There was a lot going on. Obviously, he's in on it. But
That the fact they didn't chalk the fucking ash is so funny.
well,
to
they don't
me.
because it didn't exist,
Looking
right?
at it now, I didn't notice it before. It's incredibly funny.
Yeah,
how they
because
did
like
that.
half of the bottom was completely burned away.
Look how
That's
fucking
why.
goofy that looks. Who used that chalk? Like, they're so bad at drawing.
It's so funny.
Yo, you know what's the worst? Back in like elementary school, like on actual chalkboards, before they did like the fucking marker boards.
I hated chocolate.
Oh God, that fucking noise haunts me to this day.
Terrible. So if you went to a bookstore,
I love a bookstore, Shane.
yes, and
does.
that's why I'm asking, because if you went to a bookstore
I have many times.
and you're checking out,
He's done that before.
I've had to be checking out.
and
He doesn't
you
steal.
eaten if you eaten the dates,
Do you know who I'm married to? No, I've not eaten the dates.
but that's what I'm saying.
Would
like,
I eat the
would you
dates?
eat the dates?
No. And she's like, I'm not feeling too hot. And she's like, here, I have the cure for that. Eat dates.
Yeah.
At the picnic. Like, she just like gives her dates after she gives her the fucking elder bark or whatever it is in the drink. Who the fuck's drinking the elder bark?
This girl Kim deserves everything that happened. I don't
Everything.
like to victim blame.
Apparently this
But
is a
she
Bond
is-
girl.
It is
apparently.
her fault.
Yeah.
That's a Bond girl?
Yeah, look it up, Matt. Look it up, dude. Slave.
Wait, hold on,
Maud
Matt.
Adams, Bond girl.
Did you look up Sarah Chalk?
I did look up Sarah Chalk.
What's the last thing she did? Was it Scrubs?
Say Scrubs.
Rick and Morty, she voiced for 71 episodes.
Oh, shit.
Oh, true. Okay.
That's a
Doing
good
show
gig.
called Animal Control,
Oh shit, that was okay. I actually know that show. I didn't watch it, but I've heard of it.
and it looks like a kids TV series. She did Haley's on it.
She's in the TV.
All right,
thing.
so she's gotten around.
Now,
She was on How I Met Your Mother for a while. I know that.
maybe get a better show. Can we look up Maud Adams?
How do you spell that? M-A.
I'm gonna say Maude or D.
I got it. It's just D. Yeah.
What Bond movies is she in? She was a Bond girl, apparently.
She was definitely an Octopussy.
Oh, that's a Bond movie.
I think she was in the Brosnan movies.
Well, no, because Octopussy was Roger Moore, I think.
Was it Roger?
Yeah, Brosnan definitely wasn't in Octopussy. I thought it was Roger Moore, or maybe it's Timothy Dalton.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Daniel Craig.
No, that's way after. Yeah, Octopussy. Matt,
You
look
think
up-
Brosnan-
just
Brosnan-
click on Octopussy? Who was
Brosnan, too new?
the Bond guy?
Yeah.
Who played Bond in Octopussy? What's that, Jamie?
Roger Moore.
Okay.
It was Roger Moore. I nailed
Okay.
that shit.
Now go back to Initiation, Matt.
Oh god.
Initiation.
The
With
movie,
this
this
film.
movie.
And I want you to look up the older lady that's in this because apparently she's a Lynchian staple.
Oh, wait, the library
I think so. What's the library's girl's name? The older lady?
Who's she? Ooh.
Go to the one on the right with that old time. Yeah, that one. What's her name?
Janine Bates.
Look up her movies. Look it up now.
Right now.
Eraserhead, right?
Is she the woman in the vent that dances?
Die Hard 2, Mask of D.
How about the ones above those?
Mulholland Drive.
Mulholland Drive.
And Eraserhead.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's her character in Eraserhead?
Mrs. X.
Oh, she's the wife. Oh, shit. Okay.
She's apparently in that 70 show too.
Oh, she's she's a legend.
Yep.
Off topic, but she is apparently.
I know who she is in that 70s show. She's fucking Donna's mom.
Her?
Yeah.
Shit. She kind of looks like Donna.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Like, wow. Okay. So now back to my bookstore scenario I was doing with Brian. You read the dates, but now this woman is also giving you a free book. But in the free book, she's writing you instructions on how to come to her secret picnic. Are you going to her secret picnic?
So if you look at the cover of this book, I am leaving the store. I'm going to be polite. She kisses you too.
Yes.
Leaving the store and literally pegging the first person I see with that book.
Okay. So now I'm
Probably the fucking guy covered in blood giving me nuts on the side of the street.
I'm going to take you out of the scenario, but instead I'm going to put your wife in the scenario.
She-
Is she getting the book? Is she taking the book and
Yes.
going to the picnic?
She's fucking reading it and doing it. Yeah, it literally says the. Do you see what this book fucking says? Look at the top of the book. Sorry, I think I went too far back again.
Tell you what, though.
She has the book.
The book reads "Initiation of the Virgin Goddess."
Well, that
She's
girl,
definitely not a virgin.
yeah, she's definitely not a virgin. We literally opened this movie with her having alligator sex.
Yeah.
We're calling it alligator sex now.
That makes sense. All that rolling around.
Yeah.
She's like real. Like I don't know how you got. I felt she was real pretty though.
Oh no, she's a good looking girl, but like she spends a majority of this movie covered in bugs and goo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brian Yuzna wouldn't have it any other way. The man just loves people being gross.
It's fucking like the giant cockroach bug, or also whatever that slug monstrosity is that he
That
pulls
Clint-
out of the vent.
Yeah.
Like, there's something about Clint Howard in this movie looking so dirty while also holding a goo maggot that I'm like, this is not it.
So I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't understand the bugs of this movie. I don't understand the connection of the bugs. If you look like, and Matt, I think you should look up the history of Lilith because that's what they're trying to do. I think she's trying to like. The girl was like trying to like recreate her daughter, who spoilers, the one that fell off
Yes.
of the roof, and her daughter's supposed to be like a representation of Lilith. Lilith was the Adam's first wife, supposed lore, but Lilith was like obsessed with snakes, and the only snake reference I had in this movie was like fucking her becoming a new woman when she was after the initiation. When
because
had that-
she snake legs. Her
she had
legs
it.
turned into
That was
snake
the only
legs, yeah.
snake reference I got. Everything else is fucking bugs.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Lilith has to do with bugs.
And I just feel like there wasn't enough pelicans.
yeah, we need more pelicans. But there's like a million movies with fucking Lilith. Like she's like, I know this is an older-ish movie, but she's been so done.
Because now after she gets this book and all this creepy shit happens, she goes to the roof and she like looks over the roof and she's like, okay, so this is where she jumped. Nice. I'm going to reenact the jump. Like a swift wind would just knock her off here.
I don't know what she's trying to do.
She's like something comes over her here. Like she's like elated by something almost.
Yeah.
Is it like the feeling of almost dying?
I don't know. It's so strange. And like, then Ricky comes up from behind her, and that's when he grabs the fucking slug out of the vent.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand any, like, Let me preface this by saying I actually like this movie because of how insane it is. But like, I don't understand a single thing that happened.
It's entertaining as fuck. Like,
Yes.
I was definitely not bored watching it, but like the slug larva that he pulls out is used in the sacrifice for sure.
Yes.
But they can make anything up with that sacrifice. Like, there's no ties back to what the sacrifice is going to do or to like what the purpose of this, like what is the sacrifice itself. I mean, the ritual.
Like, why is it covered in goo as well? Why are they all now covered in flies? Why is that the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in a movie?
Yeah.
Like,
why does Clint Howard have to rape her as part of the ritual?
while wearing the fucking, like, a Clockwork Orange mask.
Yeah, like a phallic mask. Because I guess it's
That was like a reference to Clockwork Orange, the mask, right? Like,
was it? Maybe. I don't know. It's like a weird. I thought it resembled a dick.
It did, but like,
The
doesn't he
phallic
wear
mask?
like a long nose mask at one scene?
Yeah, he does.
I don't know. It's fucking strange.
Yeah, it's bizarre, but I mean, yeah, that's like really the film. And then, if I'm not mistaken, shortly after this, she goes back to talk to her boyfriend and is extremely pissed off at him.
Well, dude, I don't like. I'm so confused because I don't understand the message of this movie. Because is the movie that men are holding women back, or is the message that women are crazy and assume that at all times, but they're wrong?
Yeah, that's fair.
Because like it was like because like she gets mad at her boyfriend, but he technically didn't do anything wrong.
Well, she's mad because like he didn't stick up for her at the.
He didn't vouch.
But what?
Yeah.
Like that's risky.
Oh, he's got to look out for his job too.
That's what I'm saying. Like if he loses his job, like
And like Brian said before, she's fucking brand new at this
If
place.
she wasn't brand new, I'd say okay. But she's
Right.
brand fucking new. Like, I don't understand that.
She's already like going rogue.
yeah.
All this investigating she's doing is on her own.
It's like literally like off the clock, not
Yeah.
working, completely her own work.
She actually never does her job in this movie.
Right.
No.
So this scene when she goes back to her apartment, there's bugs in her sink, and she sprays Raid on her dishes. You would have to throw those out, right? Like you can't eat even if you wash those.
1,000%.
Dude.
But then she's also eating spaghetti, and the spaghetti is in the form of the spiral on her book.
Yeah.
But then the spaghetti turns into a hand and starts fucking spaghetti handing.
This scene is
This movie,
so fucking disgusting.
this movie is gross. I do like that it brought Brian Yuzna though. He takes everyday things and makes them absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Like he did with dentistry.
He made dentists look so evil.
Yeah. Like when he like showed like a dentist just cleaning teeth, I was like, ew. That's gross. Like
Yeah, I'm reading her here. In the most mysterious of ways, Lilith returns disguised as a serpent to beguile Eve to accept the apple, disobeying God in the Garden of Eden. So yeah, and they mentioned that she was that in as well. The Bible doesn't mention anything about Lilith though, which is like weird. It's always like this stuff that's like out of the book and background lore.
who doesn't love background lore?
But so my only thing is that in this particular scene, the dad comes off as like extremely condescending and rude.
yes. He is terrible.
He's not a great conversationalist, I want to
No.
say.
And the boyfriend we learn has a son in this scene. Right? What's his name? The little kid.
I thought that was his brother.
Oh, is that his
I don't
brother?
think it's
It's
his
his
son.
brother Lonnie. And that's another thing.
They're 30
Why-
years apart.
Yeah, why does she have to take the son?
Yeah, I thought. Okay, I misunderstood a lot of this movie. I thought that was the boyfriend's son. It made more sense to me in my head than the brothers being 30 years apart in age.
I do think they referenced the brother.
Brother,
Maybe we can
okay.
check it. I'm pretty sure. But the boyfriend's not a bad guy.
I don't think he is. He also does a lot to defend her later in the movie.
He does.
Like, he gives his life to protect her.
And he does actually, maybe not initially, but he does go to bat with her at the job.
Yeah, like I actually think the boyfriend's a really good guy, and that's why, like, I guess that's why she starts to fight the cult, because like she thinks they're like wrong and crazy, which they are. But like, why are they? Are they a cult or are they a witch coven? Like,
apparently they're witches, which I
never got.
Yeah.
I thought they were just normal.
Yeah, I mean that's the plot. They're witches, and you're right. Like that's not really made clear.
Also, this spaghetti hand that starts moving is disgusting.
It's all disgusting.
Also, there's a giant bug, the giant cockroach that crawls. So first of all, if I saw that, right, even if I thought I was hallucinating, I would move.
is that the parasite? Like, can I just like? Is like I don't know if that's a hallucination. She's really seeing that. But you know, like he pulls out that larva out of the vent. Is that like the parasite they're gonna put in her? Like, is that something that I can? I don't know.
Like even as you're trying to talk it through and make it make sense, it's just like I don't.
Because they
know.
definitely put that shit through her pussy and out through her mouth.
You do that, yo. Brian Yuzna loves to insert from the bottom and come out the mouth.
That's a staple from.
That is a Brian Yuzna staple. It is. This movie's disgusting. I don't know what else to say. Like it's like weird because like the movie's not a short movie. It's like an hour 40, but like
What the fuck happens here? She just starts feeling sick.
And I think it's like the seeds of like what they've been feeding her or like giving her.
This is before the picnic, though, right?
Yes.
So like, was it the kiss? Like, what is it? Just
I think it might be the date.
the date? Yeah, you're right. She ate the date.
Bad dates.
And then she had this movie's got like this naked lunch vibe with all these fucking bugs.
Naked Lunch is great. Another movie we need to get to Cronenberg at some
We haven't
point,
done any of his stuff,
which is crazy because we have talked about Cronenberg for 5 years and we have yet to touch a movie, but we've done his sons.
I know you going to the picnic?
No,
This chick with the spiral on the books,
bro,
spiral
it's
on her
so
shirt.
in your face cult. Like
I know.
that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I asked. Like, would you do it? No, but would Caitlin do it? You said there's a chance.
Of course she would. She's fucking gullible. She believes in mediums.
So she's very witchy.
Yeah, she's like a mystic.
Interesting. Girls are strange.
Look, I'm not saying that mystics are fakes. I'm not saying that. I have a hard time buying it. It could be that there's other stuff out there that people are tapping into stuff. My only question is, should they be tapping into it? Should they not be tapping into it?
I don't think we should be tapping into spiritual things because on the off chance they are real, I don't want to mess with that.
You don't want to bring that back. You don't want the spiral bug in your pussy out to your mouth.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want a book going in my pussy and out my mouth.
Yeah, it's,
Right? I've been saying that for years.
The title of my 61st book.
Book through the pussy, out the mouth.
Yeah. How many times did she get poisoned in this movie?
a lot, all the time. And it's honestly like I almost don't want to have any sympathy for her.
I have zero.
Because of her actions. She drinks it willingly. She eats the dates willingly. She lets these people get into her lives. She's very ambitious, and I get that. It's kind of like a city woman. I understand. But, man, does she make some bad decisions in the process.
Like, you don't just drink strange women wine. You're gonna have a bad time.
This lady that is the owner of the bookshop could not be more suspect.
Could not be more
Like,
sus.
she is the queen of the cult.
Yes.
There's no doubt about it. This is where they're talking about the whole Lilith and Adam shit.
Like,
And who the fuck's that?
just another fucking witch.
The girl from Saved by the Bell.
I don't trust any of it. I hate it all. Let's move on.
Okay.
She's just so dumb. It's
I mean, this is the scene, though. She does, like...
she trips balls here, right? Because of the wine.
Because they give her the fucking elder bark in the fucking tea. Was it the wine or the tea?
It's the wine. This is the wine. She does when she goes to her apartment. She does the elder bark in the tea, and from the elder bark in the tea, that's when she gets fucking raped by Ricky, impregnated by Ricky. Or is she impregnated by the bug, or is she impregnated by Ricky? I don't know.
I think she's... Yeah, maybe the bug. The bug is the parasite, but Ricky was the one that needed to drive the bug come home. I don't know. But in any case, after she trips balls... Hank finds her in the park. They go back to the place, and this is where he fights for her. Yeah. They're upset because she just decides not to work, like Mike mentioned. She just forgets to work, and she's doing like the classified stuff. That's what she's currently doing. But Reggie's better judgment. Reggie from Phantasm is going to give her some of these assignments.
Yeah.
But what you said earlier is kind of true. Yeah, they're kind of showing this, like, I mean, the guy on the right is kind of a dick. That guy, Jeff.
He is.
Like, yeah, they're like kind of dicks, but also they also show the side of like women call them dicks, yet they rely on Ricky to do all the manpower for them.
Right. It's like, I don't get the message of the movie.
I just think it means that they're hypocrites.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really the only thing I say.
So right here is when she starts clocking this one.
Yes. Because she starts saying some shit, right? Like,
So she's wondering how she was found at the park.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh, I don't know. What's her name?"
it doesn't matter. But the worker, her female coworker, we'll call her.
Yeah, she's because her boyfriend's like, "Oh, your coworker told me," and she confronts her about it.
And how she knew.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, I don't remember telling you that."
And that's how you
kinda
can
realize, oh,
she's in with the cult.
everybody's fucking in on it.
Yeah.
I love her hat though.
Yeah, her dark style is fucking badass. Like, she's looking like fucking Carmen Sandiego out here. Like, I like the vibe.
Yeah.
I am vibing it.
I do like it as well. It's very noir.
Yes.
Yeah, I do like that look.
I wish we got more of his dad in this movie.
She always dad.
Him and his fucking
He's just so rude.
alpha male Chad speeches he gives.
Yo, that man, yeah.
He's
See,
like, women, kitchen.
but that's
Yeah,
where
that's-
the message is getting mixed, because then
Yeah.
it's like there is that male chauvinistic. Maybe the message is that everyone's like hypocritical, or like everyone's just asshole.
They show so the movie shows a bad view of both groups, right?
Yes.
Like that's the thing. They show the group that could be bad, which is like women only have one role, which I would argue they're good at, but they could be doing any roles, because I would argue there's some good cooks too, like Mike. Although Mike makes some really wet buffalo chicken, it's good buffalo chicken.
Yeah, but
and I'm
it's like-
talking about Benanti.
It's so fucking wet.
It's wet, but he's
it's
good.
the wettest buffalo.
Are you
chicken
saying
that-
like he just slothers?
And-
Slathers.
I was just gonna,
Slathers.
no,
We're looking at slathers.
I was gonna just talk about how good he is in the kitchen. I'm almost gonna take this back, because every time he gives me a steak, I feel like I'm gonna get worms, bugs, parasites.
Oh my God.
Silent Night, Deadly Night 4 initiation, dude.
Oh,
Nancy
good catch.
And they
is the Mother Supreme.
He is Mother
is
Supreme.
the head of the coven, because he's giving everyone worms with his steak.
That's so true. It's such a fact.
What about the
he's a
wet
witch.
buff chicken?
Oh, dude, that's all the goo
That's what the
on
goo
the
is.
bugs.
It all makes sense now.
Lock it in, dude.
Honestly, this is a pretty passionate kiss.
This is where Mike Benanti would judge the kiss, but it's a really good.
I think they're actually really good at kissing.
it's a really good posh.
Yeah.
It's a hot posh.
And
is
I
what you're
love the
saying.
kiss into the loving embrace. It's like really hot.
I'm
like,
telling you, they're on a next level of intimacy.
Yeah, I like it. Like, I'm actually like semi-erect right now.
Did the lady say that she was Mother Supreme or something like that?
No, I just took it as that's what she is.
I thought she said something.
Maybe
like
she
that.
does.
Yeah,
But,
but
like-
I don't think it was. I thought she said something similar to that.
She said something similar.
Similar,
for
yeah.
sure.
I just took it as the Mother Supreme of like a coven of witches. So from this scene, she stays on the roof longer. He leaves. This is when she goes to the woman to have tea, and this is the tea bark.
This
scene.
is Mrs. Elderbark.
Yes, let's have our elder bark in our tea. So normal people put honey, agave, lemon,
Hot honey.
lavender. She's putting elder bark.
And-
if some bitch is putting elder bark in my tea, I'm
not,
leaving.
I'm not drinking
out.
it. Also, who in their right mind is going to trust someone dressed like this? This is someone that has murdered. This is somebody that is in a cult.
She's actually wearing a Charles Manson robe.
Yes. Like, I don't care if she's home or wherever. I see that. I have some duties to take care of elsewhere.
Yes.
Like, I got something to do. Something came up. Bowling night is tonight.
Like, I would trust her more if I walked in and she had no clothes on, but just a kimono.
Of course, that person sounds really trustworthy. What the fuck is that statue back there?
It's his fucking mother. It's
On the
mother.
left, was that like a heap of shit? On the left, like, what is that?
Oh my god.
Oh, good.
Like, what does she even do? First of
What
all,
the
she's just weird.
This,
What the
this
fuck
is,
was
This
that?
is what I like to call art the clown behavior.
Well, yeah, because she's like, what is she doing?
Breaking the fourth.
let's look at tea here. Like, I love a good tea. Like, don't get me wrong. I have tea almost every night.
Right.
Do you really?
I love tea, yeah.
You just have a tea every night?
Yeah.
That is so cool, I guess.
Yeah, it's Lipton, but it's vanilla caramel tea.
Vanilla caramel?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I add a little bit of honey in it. Fantastic.
How about the hot honey? You can't put hot honey. in
Yeah,
tea.
you just go regular honey.
There's the elder bark.
It's sparkling. It literally looks like she's roofing
But, like,
her.
How does she even sell the elder bark? I think it's so easy to sell. She's so gullible. She just literally has. I think you'll like it. That's the sell. Here's the elder bark. I think you'll like it.
Yo, so the scene in the park, was that earlier in this day?
Yeah.
No, it was actually.
It was.
It was.
That there, and she's like, "Oh, I was hoping you'd come by," as if
Yeah.
she knew.
So this is she's already been poisoned by this chick twice in the last day and a half.
Actually, if you're going day and a half, she's been poisoned 3 times.
She's still drinking her shit.
But that's the thing, and she keeps flipping out every time she drinks some. But she keeps.
Yeah, she won't stop.
Oh my God, we're victim blaming, but it's deserved. It's finally deserved.
She's like, "I'm feeling a little sick," and then she literally goes back and drinks more of the tea. Like, it's crazy.
Does he try to get her to eat another date in this scene? I feel like she does.
Oh, so she definitely dates up. I'm almost positive she does.
Is this where the dates look like cockroaches at this point? Or
It might be. There's a scene where she looks at it's a bug and she puts it in her mouth. I don't know if that's
It
this
might
one,
be
but-
this scene then.
But she definitely takes another date.
Did her hair also get redder as this movie went on?
It does get red. She's got
1,000%.
She's got red hair.
Like, it just looks more vibrant red, and maybe that's intentional.
Could be just the way that she signs
Yeah.
it. Like, yeah.
I like it. It's a good shade, but like it goes well with the complexion of her skin. But it's sick. This movie's sick. It's gonna get so gooey.
It talks
soon.
about her dead daughter. That's a piece of the scene.
Is this where she reveals her daughter was the girl who jumped on fire, or no? That's later.
I think
I think it's not yet. Yeah. I think that's a reveal. This is where she finds out information about the boyfriend's name. They have great sex. It's really inappropriate.
Yeah, let's fast forward just a little bit. Try to get to. Oh yeah, she's just flipping.
This is when she
freaking out.
trips.
She's seeing everything. She's even seeing things that haven't happened yet.
Yeah.
Because now, does she go? Is this when she goes? Oh,
Bro, she wakes up and this is happening.
that's right. All the women are surrounding her and they're unclothing her. Really cool shots. in this
Yeah, it's
scene.
like Rosemary's Baby shit.
Yes. And they like start like just fucking dabbing her with charcoal. They're fucking putting. She's just like getting off on the charcoal. It's probably smelling really good by the nostril. It's got a good aroma to it.
She's now spraying the charcoal to her tits and body.
Yeah, well, she got to put the swirly dervish on her belly button, as I like to call it.
The spiral thing, yeah.
Yeah.
The spiral of the
Chris Rock, he's coming out of this thing.
Oh my god.
He's bursting out of the belly button. So
and then they put the larva monster on top of it, so that can get in there. Then Clint Howard's Ricky's here apparently.
yeah, and he's just carving rat on her.
Yep. This is the rat cut. It's gonna go right on top of that, right on top of where the spiral was.
Yep. And then is this where Ricky mounts her?
Does that happen here? I thought that happened later. Does that happen?
I thought
here?
so too, but I actually think she gets mounted. Because like it's moving up her. Oh,
You're right. Well, it's gonna go through her mouth. Like,
Yes.
there's no doubt that is what's happening here.
Brian, I don't like it. And
I
I
don't-
just watched it, but I don't like it again.
I don't like it either.
Oh, do they start just pouring K&Y jelly on her face?
Don't they cut something up and like if they cut up the larva bug that she throws up, and then that is what is dripping on her
Yeah,
face?
it's the goo. They goo her face.
Look at this.
Now, is this supposed to symbolize?
This is so fucking. What do you think that actually is, though?
But doesn't it look like it's blood?
It's not. It's jelly.
It's jelly. Yeah.
To be fair, it's probably just like an actual like lubricant, like a like I'm pretty sure they're just dripping condom lube on her face.
so disgusting.
But yeah. You ever like describe something and then you just don't know where to go from there?
I mean,
because that's where I'm at right
this
now.
is the but there were like this is the ritual. I guess it's the build up to her becoming the daughter, right? Like that like Lilith piece that she's looking for, and this is what eventually led to the other girl killing herself.
Because so she doesn't get the sex scene here. She actually goes back. horny
She
to her boyfriend.
She doesn't, because when she goes back to the boyfriend, if you remember, she starts catching on fire. Because then she does need to go, like the ritual needs to be completed, so she starts like catching on fire.
Yes. Well, she tries to ride him like Seabiscuit right here.
Yeah, it's a weird scene.
Well, so like this is the thing. This scene is super unsettling for this reason alone. I always ask Brian to put himself in situations. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to ask you, Mike.
Okay.
You're dating a girl. You're sleeping in bed in your oversized shirt like you're a female. No underwear on, just one oversized shirt. Your girlfriend comes home. She's instantly packing and then chugging a bottle of pills to kill herself. But you stop her.
Okay.
But then you lay in bed and she mounts you. Do you continue with the sex after your girlfriend had just tried to commit suicide?
No.
Or are you calling the police?
Yeah, I'm getting her help.
Okay, so now this guy though, he's full in on the sex.
He's been horny the entire movie though.
So in that earlier scene where she meets his family,
Yeah.
they get outside, they get like 10 steps from the front door, and he instantly tries to fucking hook up with her.
Yeah. So this guy's issue is he is criminally
He's crazy horny.
He's criminally, like his horniness is a criminal offense.
Yeah, did you see that alligator sex from before?
Yeah, well, they're about to do it now. I don't even think I can passion bump this sex because it is coming directly after a suicide attempt.
She's literally has tears streaming down her face, and not the good kind.
The bugs are going haywire for this.
It's fucking...
And then Ricky is in the room because they left the door unlocked, and he's going to be sitting on the bed while they do it.
Okay. So, like, there's a scene in the next movie we're going to watch where I'm like, how did someone not wake up and notice? But now in this movie, how does it take him this long to notice a strange man sitting on his bed?
And you know he doesn't smell good. He hasn't showered in years.
No, he has to smell horrendous.
He literally plops down on the bed with them.
I would feel that. Even through the
would.
motions of the ocean, would feel
course.
another man sitting on the bed.
Even though she's going pretty hard at him.
Is that the only reference? A Santa killer?
Yes. Because Ricky even says, Santa killer. See, Santa killer.
What did it take for them to notice this guy? He was in there he was on that bed.
He
for
laughs at Santa killer. But yeah, so, see, and this is what I was saying. He instantly puts pants on because he was wearing just one oversized shirt like he was a girl coming off a one-night stand.
That's true.
It was insane.
And I just want to
Absolutely insane.
I'd like to repeat that there's no way Clint Howard smells remotely good, so they would detect the odor from him walking in. Clint Howard would tell you that he didn't smell good here.
He looks so dirty.
That's because he was method acting. And he probably, to prepare for this role, probably was homeless for like a good month.
Clint Howard is that dedicated.
He's dedicated to the craft.
Because he wouldn't actually be homeless because you know Ron's taking care of him.
Ron doesn't support his family.
Oh my God.
So
now
they have a pretty nice brawl here.
But the thing is, like, he's beating the shit out of Ricky, but then just for some reason
Decides to not continue up.
yes, and just like, why isn't he now trying to stop this? Instead, he's just going, "Oh no, this hurts."
It's like, oh, my fucking,
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So
my Achilles.
he basically bites off his Achilles, and then he just kills him pretty much. Like he literally beats him,
Yes.
and then kills him.
Yeah, kills him in the bedroom, I think.
Yeah,
Well, this scene, his death is so brutal because like we just did Terrifier, right? And it's brutal, but it's unrealistic. This is like slow stabs where he's like writhing in pain, but he's not going deep. So it's not like it would kill him, and it's just like he would be in excruciating pain from 3 stab wounds.
It's like
unless he's stabbing him in the lungs, bro.
fucking
He would have trouble
this,
breathing.
Scream 1.
Yes.
I feel a little woozy here.
Like, and then like he's down and you think he's out, so Ricky runs back. She calls her work friend to come help her.
Right.
Ricky, he grabs her, he's gonna bring her to the bed, but she hides under the bed because Ricky has her tied up. That's when the boyfriend comes back to stop it. Yeah. Brutal. Like you hear the cutting and you just see the blood dripping onto his foot.
It's pretty gnarly.
It's really well done.
Yeah.
The friend, of course, shows up.
Now it's revealed that she's 1,000% in on it.
I just like 'cause she calls her to come right to the to where her place is, and then she's like, all right, well we need to go to Mother Supreme. Like takes her right to Mother Supreme.
Yeah.
Like Ricky was gonna do that anyway, but no, now she needs her to do it.
Well, I think it's because she's embarrassed because Ricky made a mess of the whole thing.
I guess I'm just saying, like, why didn't she hightail it?
Makes no sense.
But this one does a good job at cleaning up the scene.
This is so fucking improbable.
Cleans up the mirror, cleans up the broken slit door.
Yeah, she replaces a door. She replaces an entire carpet. Like, we've all had carpet before. That is a long job. Alone. Then you have to install the bed. You also have to clean the blood out of the kitchen because he was stabbed in the kitchen. There's a trail. You can't tell me there isn't.
I don't think this is a big group either. I think it's a small cult. I don't think they have reach from what we've seen. So,
No?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get that one. But, yeah, I mean, like, after the next scene that's going to happen, and there's going to be some semblance of a shunt.
Yeah.
After that, when they bring the detective back to the apartment, it's going to be pristine.
Yeah. He says there's no issue of foul play. You're a crazy lady. Please leave me alone.
But then next scene, when they bring her back, and that's ceremony time.
So let's talk big ceremonies. Let's talk goo. Let's talk penis masks. Let's talk demonic impregnation.
Yeah.
Because that's all going on in this scene.
I mean, yeah. I forget what like started it. I don't know if it was the bugs, but I remember that I do know that when they strip her completely naked,
Yes.
and then Clint Howard gets naked, puts on the phallic masks, and I do think I'm not sure if they throw another bug in her, but he definitely bangs her after that as part of the ritual, and it is kind of like rape.
Yeah, no, it's a rape scene. But it's like a ritual rape scene.
She
I
doesn't.
know it's
she
kind
doesn't.
of different.
She doesn't like resist though.
Yeah, because I think she's just so hopped up on drugs at this point. So it's all bad.
I just don't know why she willingly went back with a girl and Ricky, who's just like the king of suspicion right now. He says could not be more suspicious. He killed her boyfriend.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with the drugs she's been being given for a long time. Also, she is the queen of bad decisions. She hasn't made a good decision in this movie. So like it's all bad. What also is like you find out like the butcher is involved because like after this whole scene takes place, she wakes up in the butcher shop alone, right? And he's like, "Oh, I guess you were initiated." And that's like he knew that was going to happen the whole time. But why are there multiple men in this witch cult? Like, I'm super confused. I
mean, I was in the same building as the bookstore, but it is weird. I don't know if it had to be a cover up for the whole like her daughter jumping.
Yeah. Well,
But-
wait, does she wake up in the bookstore with all the books missing?
I'm pretty sure she does.
So the bookstore never actually existed?
That's a good point. Let's all take a look.
Yeah, let's roll the tape. Oh no, they do. They just go to the meat factory because it said fresh meat on the thing. So the meat guy was in it. In on it.
So they're gonna bang not in the bookstore. They're banging in the meat factory.
Yeah, because there's the meat hanging up on the wall. So they're banging in the butcher shop.
All right. So there's no bugs. The bugs happened in the previous scene. She's just gonna get raped and oiled up by the cult.
It's weird. Like nothing against Clint Howard, but watching his hairy body get oiled up is actually super unsettling.
I guess they
really
need to
gross.
impregnate the parasite with his cum.
Yes.
This is where they do need a man to do it.
Yeah, because then this is when she gets snake legs or she turns into a mermaid.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like skin that she's gonna shed. I guess it makes her this new being.
Yeah, she's
I'm
shedding her
assuming,
mortal coil.
and
Is that
gonna
the-
calm
is that
you
the-
with Ellie.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's literally like
Never has nudity been so gross. Oh no, because she does go back to the bookstore to confront her about what happened. And that's when she's like, well, you've been initiated, but your final test is to kill a child.
yeah. Before this, I think that's when she mentions like the whole like my daughter was the one that jumped the deal. But yeah, that is the final step. I don't know why that's a step. Really have no idea. You have to, or the fire will destroy you.
Yes. So that's how, because if she doesn't kill the child, she's going to burn up like the daughter did. So
I just don't know what that means.
her and Ricky
Why does she have to complete that step? Why is that necessary?
couldn't even tell you. So her and Ricky go to the house, right, to go pick up the child.
Yeah. Her and Ricky go, but she's the one that really makes the communication. And
Because Ricky kills the parents.
unnecessary, but he does, because she actually gets the kid out with the parents not even doing anything.
Right.
She's like, come in the van. He goes in the van. Ricky goes in there and kills the parents.
Yes,
Like,
he strangles the one with the Christmas tree lights, and then the tree bursts into flames, and then yeah, like she doesn't want to kill the kid at first too, so her legs start burning, which is why she comes to the conclusion she has to steal the kid.
She has no choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll do it. I'll do whatever I can to stop this.
So now they go back onto the roof, and they're gonna have the final initiation by sacrificing this child. Did you ever think she would actually sacrifice the child in this scene?
No, I didn't think. I think she'd turn around.
Yeah, I agree. I figured that. So instead, she stabs Ricky. But then what? So question: why do the bugs turn?
She stabs her.
Well, she stabs Ricky too, though, right?
Well, she stabs her, and then her hands start doing this weird, like, finger things.
Yes.
And they become one entangled Brian Yuzna.
Yes.
And then she Brian Yuznas her hands right through Ricky.
Yes. But then why do the bugs start to eat Ricky?
I have no clue.
Okay.
The ritual wasn't complete, so the parasites are now going to eat him. Like I am like literally that's all I got. I was trying to look up some like examples online, but they were zero.
Okay.
Like I don't think anybody knows what's in Brian Yuzna's mind.
Okay. I would love to talk to Brian Yuzna. I would like just a slight explanation of what the fuck I just watched, because I'll tell him the truth. I enjoyed it, but I didn't understand it. But yeah, she bursts into flames after getting the Brian Yuzna shoved into her. She falls off the building. She dies. Ricky gets eaten by the bugs. And then she just takes the small child off the roof, and everything is A-okay.
Yeah, she saves Lonnie, and the mother dies in the same fashion that her daughter
Died.
And that is Silent Night, Deadly Night 4.
Yeah.
Initiation.
I have several questions about this movie. Mainly, what the fuck did any of it mean?
Yeah, I can't tell you.
But with that said, this movie was bigums.
Love a good
Like,
Biggums.
I fucking would watch this movie again.
I would watch it
in
again,
a
too.
heartbeat. I'm going to give this movie way higher than it deserves.
Fair.
I'm going to give this movie a 6.
Okay.
Which is way higher than it deserves. But I really fucking like this movie. And I think I gave Silent Night Deadly Night 3 a 2.
Yeah, you give it really low.
So, man, we've gone up in the world. Yeah, I don't know, man. Despite the plot not making sense and the character motivations not making sense and the characters making every poor decision and it being really stupid, I love the goo. I love the unsettling nature of the bug. And I don't know. There's something about a movie that makes no sense that also was entertaining that I gotta recommend. 6 out of 10. I'm gonna throw it to you, Mike.
Throw it.
Nice.
Oof. I'm gonna go with the flow and give this movie a 6 as well.
Nice.
I almost can't even describe to you why I like this movie,
I feel that.
but I kind of do. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes no sense. She needs a new daughter.
Mm-hmm. Right? Isn't it the most confusing 6 out of 10 you've ever given something?
In fact, it's so confusing that I've confused myself into giving it a 5. Yeah,
You can't just lower at one point. That's rude.
I just did.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. This movie's like something's off about it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
It doesn't feel like real. Like a
Something's-
real person didn't make this movie.
Yeah.
This movie was a government experiment.
It was something.
It was
really
big
don't-
pharma.
I really don't even know how to fucking talk about this movie. But I didn't hate it.
5.
5.
I just don't know why Brian Yuzna took this project on and didn't create his own movie. Apparently, he had an alternate title going called Bugs, which makes more sense than this.
Yes.
Although I guess they use the word initiation. But the fact that this is a Silent Night, Deadly Night movie with very, very borderline no references to Christmas whatsoever.
This is Season of the Witch.
It is Season of the Witch. Like they only have in the same fashion. You see a killer on TV. It's like the only link, and the guy's name is Ricky, which wouldn't even make sense if he's remotely related to the Ricky from the other 3 movies. Ah, man, this for me, this is a 4. I did enjoy the movie, but it really like the fact that you have to keep asking why, and when you watch it, you like to think things connect, but you're never truly sure that anything means anything you think it means. It just you're guessing the whole time, and you're hoping that your guess works out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just bugs,
Bugs.
parasites,
slime.
and this witch cult.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable to watch, but there's like really no like cohesion throughout the film that I can say hang my hat on and say like this movie is a complete picture and makes sense, because it doesn't.
All right, so I like the main chick. Like I thought she did good.
Oh, yeah.
Again, that scene where her boyfriend dies is actually low key brutal.
Yes.
But like, so the combustion girl from the beginning, that's her
daughter.
her daughter,
Yes.
and she just wants a new daughter.
Well, no, her daughter was supposed to become the Lilith, but she failed.
Oh.
So she needed a new daughter to.
Oh, because
and-
she like wasn't strong enough.
Yes.
They say.
Yes.
Right.
You get it.
So
Yeah.
they needed a stronger chick.
See, that part makes sense, but everything else around that doesn't.
Yeah.
Like the bugs.
You know, this guy Brian
Yuzna.
He's threw that shit in there just to like make a gross movie.
The dude loves goo. I need to look up Brian Yuzna goo and just see what comes up. Yeah.
Yeah, this movie was how should I put it? Interesting.
Yeah.
Not bad, not great, but
Interesting. So, Necronomicon. I personally think it has to be the boyfriend. I think that whole kill scene is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Who else would there even
Ricky
be?
dies and Mother Supreme dies.
Right.
Mother
Yeah.
Supreme's good too.
I wasn't
but-
going Mother Supreme. I think it comes full circle
It
with the
does.
fire and her daughter, and they die in the same way. That would be my pick, but I can understand why you go with the other one. The other one's pretty brutal.
I don't know, I feel like it was realistic, you know?
Yeah. For a movie that isn't, it is.
Yeah.
All right. What's the boyfriend's name? Does anyone remember?
Hank.
Hank. You were a good boyfriend. I don't care what the director was trying to say at the beginning. You couldn't stick up for her in that moment because she had just gotten that job 2 days ago. Like you can't just put your foot out there. You're gonna look bad. You're gonna look like you're just sticking up for your girlfriend and not looking out for the best interests of the company. But when the chips were down on the table, you did stick up for her. You were always there for her, and God damn it, you were even willing to die for her. And that Hank is a true man.
He's really good at alligator roles.
Oh, alligator sex, the king. The king.
King.
So, guys,
He also wears oversized t-shirts like a
king.
girl.
King behavior. So, he does, though. It was actually wild. He was not wearing underwear and just wearing an oversized
He
t-shirt.
gets raped at one point in this
Remember,
movie.
crazy.
I always wanted to wear that type of underwear, and you bought it for me, and it's in Dover.
Oh, my God. I did buy you tidy whities for your birthday the one year.
Yeah, I need to wear those, dude.
When was this?
Like
100th?
2 years. Yeah, the 100th episode. I bought him a pack of tidy whities for his birthday.
Have you ever put a single one of those on?
I think I put one of them on to try it on, but it's in Dover, so I haven't done it in a while.
It needed to be done. He always talked about wanting to wear tidy whities again, so I gave him the
And
opportunity.
I will wear them.
Yeah. So, Christmas season is almost over. Sad, I know. But we luckily have one more Monday left in December. And now Brian threw this one at us to do. Because I had never heard of this movie until Brian suggested it. Christmas Evil. And if there's one thing I know about movies with evil in the title, there's gonna be a lot of titties.
I can tell you for absolutely certain this is this movie I saw on Tubi. Every time I looked at Christmas horrors, I'm like, one day I want to do this. I had not watched it. I watched it for next week. I am excited, and we will see what happens with Christmas Evil, or as they're referring to as, you better watch out.
Yes. So with that said, we are the Final Podcast signing off, and we will see you next week where we discuss if a van drove off a bridge, would it fly?
Bonchon! You can catch us at www.thefinalpodcast.com. New episodes every week. Look, if you have a suggestion for us, please send us an email, finalpodcast@yahoo.com. Just drop us a rec. We'll look it over and see if it's something we want to review and add into our rotation. You can give us a 5-star on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We do greatly appreciate that. Gives us the encouragement to continue the show. And also, like I said, new episodes every Monday, and we'll see you then. Deuces.